The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Today we'll be talking about one of my favorite subjects, arts education, in several forms. In the second half of the show, Kelly Updike and Barb Richards from the Fort Wayne Embassy Theater will be here to tell us about their educational programming. But first, I'm joined by Justin Johnson and Doug Runyon from the University of St. Francis to talk about the current student art exhibition that opens April 5th. Welcome, gentlemen, to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Now, Justin, you're an old, you've been on this show a couple of times, so we know the routine, don't we?
We sure do.
Let's talk a little bit about your affiliation with St. Francis.
Yes.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for 12 years full-time, and I'm an alumni of the university, and I'm their current gallery director and support their administrative duties as well.
Have you been the gallery director for 12 years?
Yes, I have.
But it's not one gallery.
No, we have 5 galleries on campus, and we're also growing downtown at the Downtown Performing Arts Facility, so there's artwork all around the campus.
And do you rotate through these 5 galleries, I would imagine, during the school year?
Yes, we do. And with regards to our student exhibition that's coming up, that exhibition is at 3 of our gallery spaces.
Because from what I remember from the research I did, it's an astronomical amount of items that you're displaying.
Yes, over 500 works will be accepted in the exhibition. It begins with an extensive jury process tomorrow with our faculty, where there's thousands of works that are submitted by our students. They jury it to the top 500 pieces, and it's exhibited in 4 gallery spaces on campus.
Is this all students in the program, or is it just the graduating seniors, or is it anybody who's a art student at St. Francis?
It's for all art students on campus, and it's from freshman through senior, as well as our graduate level courses as well. And it's also all the disciplines within our programs. So it includes the visual arts, communication arts and graphic design, music technology, computer art and animation, and performance.
And performance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, you stumped me. I'm stumped. That doesn't happen often, but I'm stumped.
Well,
how are the performance artists going to be in an exhibition?
Well, what we do is the night of the opening reception at our North Campus facility at 6 p.m., they do a music concert and performance-based pieces. So members of the theater program as well as performance programs will have small highlights from their performances throughout the year.
Oh, good. So no mime.
No mime.
Okay, good. I don't want to see any mime in exhibition. That's not what I'm interested in, I hope. Well, that's terrific. And the faculty will jury all of these pieces and come up with 500.
Yes, it goes through a dual jury process tomorrow, where the faculty in each program in the morning will jury their program, and then in the afternoon the faculty as a whole, a team of about 15 faculty, will look at everything as a whole to make sure that all our programs are met and that each student is well represented within the show.
You have a very thriving and successful music technology program that's also connected to Sweetwater Sound, just like the IPFW music technology program. How are you intending on exhibiting their work? Since it's mainly audio recording and the technology of music.
Yeah, with regards to our music technology program, the way in which we host their works, the seniors, we set up iPod displays where the audience can come up to a display unit with an iPod that has the works by that exhibiting senior. So they can listen on headphones to each of their pieces. There's a small binder that shows the works that are presented. Students that are in sound technology for video, there'll be flat screen TVs that show their music along with the video productions that they're doing. And then in our conference room facility, the night of the opening reception through the duration of the show, underclassmen will have iPod units as well, where the audience can listen to their works.
This is an undertaking.
It's a massive undertaking.
Is it an annual
Yes.
undertaking? This
Yes.
exact kind of exhibit, is it an annual event?
Well, this is the 38th annual exhibition for the School of Creative Arts, and as it's grown throughout the years, it's become more and more multidisciplined. So, within our new facilities, we've been able to broaden it to areas such as music technology and performance.
Great. We have some images that I would like to ask our viewers to take a look at, and you can tell us a little bit about these images. I think they are student work. This is
by Taylor Carpenter, who is a senior level student, and this was a work that he produced last year and was one of our award-winning pieces. And he does a great job at creating figurative works where he's creating symbolism, and these are mixed media drawings, and they're very large actually. He has some very large works that he'll be submitting this year.
Great.
And this is Michelle Hostetler, one of our printmaking majors, and this is a lithograph, kind of a depiction of Moby Dick. Again, we have a very vibrant printmaking program where they're experimenting with a variety of techniques.
We have an extensive printmaking program at IPFW, and I'm just enamored with the work of those students.
Oh,
the work they do with a pencil, transferring it to a lithograph or to a wood block or to a cut, I just find astounding. Really
it's a beautiful medium.
Yeah.
And this is Bryce Shoup. This is figurative sculpture and mixed media as well, mainly ceramic and fiber.
Wonderful. Now, the opening exhibit is what date?
It's Saturday, April 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. And as I mentioned, the visual arts will be presented at the Mimi and Ian Rowland Art and Visual Communications Center at the Weatherhead Galleries, as well as the Goldfish and Artist Spotlight Galleries. And then at our North Campus facility in the Lepke Gallery will be the graduate master's program exhibition. And then if you're interested in performance or music technology or music in general, that's at the auditorium at North Campus that night.
Well, all I can say is that you have a busy week ahead of you.
I sure do.
I didn't really register that it's April 5th and we're at the end of March, so you are going to be a busy guy next week.
I sure am.
Well, good for you. Doug, welcome to Arts Weekly. Thank you for joining us. The reason that you're on the show is because you are helping St. Francis on a really extravagant and wonderful, we're calling it the Presidential Gala?
It's our annual Presidential Gala, which opens September 6th. It's always the Saturday after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. And we're on so early because this is going to be a very special gala.
Oh, yes.
Because of Doug's curating a very special exhibit called, and I'm going to let you talk about what it is.
It's called the Cape Ann Collection Connections, and the idea is that there is, for some reason, a connection between three collectors, private collectors of art in Northeast Indiana, and Cape Ann, Massachusetts, and the art colony there. It's one of the oldest art colonies in the United States, but it's rather distant from Indiana. Mm-hmm. So the question is, how did we end up with three collectors who focused on Cape Ann as what they wanted to collect? Mm-hmm. And we have found that there are actually connections through artists and through knowing each other and kind of learning about the art that have ended up with these collections.
Right, but it's not they. You are one of these collectors.
I am one of the collectors,
which, if I'm not mistaken, I think you brought it to Rick Cartwright.
I did, yes.
At the College of Fine Arts at University.
Yeah, it was an idea that I had come up with, along with one of the other collectors, Fred Doloriso, who is local as well here. And then we have another friend, Lisa Gilman, who lives in Wabash. And we've all known each other for a while, and we've all collected these paintings. And collectors kind of like other people to see their stuff and to see what's there, and have it shown in a gallery is kind of a nice thing. So I approached Rick, and one day I brought him several samples and said, "What do you think?" And he liked it, and we kind of went from there.
We've got a couple images of the art that we're talking about, and I'd like to show them to our viewers so we can have a better understanding of what you mean when you say Cape Ann. It's a very specific aesthetic.
It is. Mainly what you're going to see in paintings by Cape Ann painters will be maritime scenes, things dealing with the sea. This is actually a painting by Don Stone, and this one is actually not from Cape Ann, Massachusetts, but it's a building in Maine on Monhegan Island, but very similar. And a lot of the painters from the Cape Ann area go to Monhegan from time to time. Now this is a painting by Fred Wrigley, and Fred Wrigley is actually my connection to Cape Ann. He was a painter in Cape Ann who moved to Brown County in 1950. I knew him when he was in his 80s, and he passed away in 2009 at age 94. And he was a real fan of the Cape Ann School, and in his gallery, when you would visit him, he had paintings by people he would just introduce as his friends. And these were paintings by people I recognized from magazines and from seeing in magazines like American Art Review, collections of paintings of boats and maritime scenes. And he says, "Well, these are my friends." So we kind of talked about it from time to time, and that got me interested.
And the aesthetic seems to be an impressionistic approach.
Very much so. The Impressionists in America stuck with that style clear through today, where in France and where it kind of started in Europe, it was done by 1890 certainly. Here it kind of picked up then and has continued.
And how many are in the collection here in Fort Wayne, do you think?
I think we'll have at this show as many as Justin will fit in the gallery. We can fill it, but we're hoping for 60 or so.
Well, Justin has more than one gallery.
That's
I'll
right.
just let you know
Well,
that he's got a few galleries.
All three in the Roland Center, I guess that's the right term, will be used for this collection.
And the date of that is what? We're putting a save a date out there so everybody knows to put this on their calendar, because it's going to be an extraordinary event.
Well, the opening is going to be September 6th, and the show runs for about a month from there. So it should be exciting. We're looking forward to it, and I was really honored that they chose it to be the President's Gala, which is kind of their big show of the fall.
Well, congratulations on
you.
your collection, which you apparently have a deep love for.
I do.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And good luck next week. I'll call you like Thursday and see how much coffee I should bring.
Sure.
Some hammers and some tape. I'm on 450. I only have 50 left to go.
Right.
He'll get it done. He's an expert.
He'll get it done. Anyway, it's great to have you both, and it's always wonderful to have you on, Justin.
Thank you.
And I look forward to the show, and I'm sure it's going to be terrific. Your students do great work.
Thank you.
So, again, thank you. After this short break, we'll hear more about what's happening at the historic Embassy Theater. So please take this minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. We'll be right back with Kelly Updike and Barb Richards. I'm sure you are familiar with the beautiful Embassy Theater in downtown Fort Wayne. And if you're lucky, you've been there for a show or performance on many occasions. But did you know that there are many behind-the-scenes educational programs going on as well? Here to talk about these great educational opportunities are Executive Director Kelly Updike and Marketing Director Barb Richards. Ladies, welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
I'm always thrilled to have my friend Kelly Updike on,
Thank you.
on Arts Weekly. Because, you know, it's only been a year from you, but we've been on a couple of times.
I know, thank you.
I will warn you, Barb, that last time she took over my interview.
I did. And
so
she's like that.
I did
She's
invite her
like
back.
that.
Yes, she just took right over, which was absolutely fine. Well, she had a rock musician on, so
we were both helping him.
we were helping him on, which
Emote a little
Barb
bit more.
Richards will not need.
Gotcha,
Barb,
gotcha.
welcome to Arts Weekly. This is your first time here.
It is. Thanks for having me.
I'm just going to say that I miss you on the radio.
Thank you. Thanks.
There's no more recognizable voice than Barb Richards on the radio, and I really miss it. But
Thank you.
lucky Embassy Theater
Absolutely.
to have snagged you. You are now the
Marketing Director of the Embassy, and I actually started the end of June last year. Time has flown by,
It does.
and it's just been a perfect match.
Yeah.
I love the Fort Wayne community. I have a theater background, and I've known this lady sitting next to me for quite a while, many, many years,
Yes.
and I think she's done a wonderful job in running the Embassy Theater, and now that I'm on the inside, I know that to be true.
right.
That's nice.
Well, I have to agree because Kelly and I joined forces in my first year here and just talked about the challenges of running a space and getting a team together. And I'm so happy that you've joined that team, and I know Kelly is too.
Absolutely.
And having those contacts in marketing for anybody is a great value. So.
My kids, I mean, I've told her this story that I have great street cred because I know Barb Richards.
Exactly.
My family
right?
is impressed.
I know. I know. When I met Barb at an administrative day event, actually.
I remember exactly where we met. We were at Eddie Merlot's.
We were, exactly, with my secretary. I brought out my administrative assistant. I brought out for the Eddie Merlot's Day, and you were doing a wonderful event for all of us.
And I was emceeing the event, and you know me, I know no strangers, and so introduced myself to John, and it's great that you're here in our community too. We have some wonderful, wonderful arts people here, and I'm very grateful to work with all of them.
well, of course, she said like everybody else. When I said Dan O'Connell was my brother, she said, "Oh well, then I
Forget it, I'm outta here."
Exactly, I'm out the door.
I did not say that.
We won't say that.
No, we love Visit Fort Wayne.
Well,
What a great
ladies,
job there.
welcome, and we're here to talk about educational opportunities in Fort Wayne. You guys have quite a program at the MC Theater, which I think is maybe one of the best kept secrets in Fort Wayne, and we have to get that out there.
Yes, we do. Thank you for helping us do that.
Yeah, you're in your second year of your SCORE program. Tell me a little bit about what that is and how that came about.
It's, well, when I started in '06 at the Embassy, there wasn't a lot of educational programming going on, and I've worked with public education and just am a fan of having school children about and learning things. So we have an annual live theater show that we do that's free for school children thanks to grant funding from Lincoln Foundation as well as some others, and we really needed to grow that. And one of the things that came out of that is a 3-week day camp for middle school children. That wonderful group of children.
That challenge.
Yes, so 6th grade through 9th grade, and they take and create from soup to nuts a production, and then present it live on the stage.
Everything.
Everything.
Write it.
They do everything.
Writing.
Because there's music involved in it
It's
too.
a
There's
musical.
music and dance.
Dance.
You remember that movie from years ago with Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland, and they
Yes.
say, "Let's go put on a show." That's what this
That's what
program
they do.
is. And it's wonderful to see the beginning of the kids at the beginning of the 3-week program till they actually do a performance on the Embassy stage at the end of the 3 weeks, which this year will be on July 26th. It's amazing. And the really nice part about it is many of the kids see theater for the on stage, but this teaches them stage manage, technical director, they need a music director, they need a marketing person.
Advertising, they sell tickets, they
sell
determine
tickets.
the price.
How many are we talking? It sounds like you need a pack of 50 or something. I mean, how many do you bring in?
We limit it to 25.
Yes,
max,
I would think so.
Because we want them to have that full experience. So the director is from Chicago, and he has experience in professional theater as well as educational theater, and 2 teachers from Southwest Allen County Schools who were trained at the Metropolitan Opera and how to create an opera in their classroom. classroom. So they've transitioned that. And then our wonderful education manager is Rebecca Reeder, and she's a retired gifted and talented teacher. She actually has came in to do a focus group with us about what to do with education, because I'm not a teacher. I used to say I pretended to be one on TV. Not very well. So they just came and created this and made it the wonderful program that it is today.
And it's just the beginning of a lot of other programs that we want to get into. But the SCORE program, we do want to let everybody know that we have early bird registration going on, and you can save money through tomorrow. All of the information, including the application, is on our website at fwembassytheater.org, and you can sign your child up by the end of the day tomorrow, and you'll be able to save on that registration by about $100. So, and then of course we'll continue to take it till we're full, and we're about at that halfway point.
About halfway.
So
Already?
we've got rooms for about 12 more students, and then we'll end up closing registrations.
Oh,
so,
that's terrific.
I know.
Do you have scholarships for students
We
who
do.
might be find it difficult to get that membership fee, that entrance fee?
We do have some limited scholarship dollars, and we're very grateful for those. That information is also on the website, and you can download that information. And of course, if you need any questions answered, you can talk to one of us at the embassy or Rebecca, but not till next week because she's on spring break in Florida.
You know, we did a high school intensive. I think you were aware of that when I arrived. We did that a couple of summers.
Yes.
And you know, it takes a lot of energy to put that together.
It does.
And you've got to be focused because
Yes.
you have a lot to do in one day. So how long are your days?
They come in around 8 o'clock. And we work to accommodate a parent's work schedule. We've said that, so if they need to come early or whatever, and they're over around 4:30. And then, as you know, that last week where you're on the stage doing the technical work and the production, and they'll go a little longer, a couple days, but we really work to make it a day camp activity. They also do a lot of getting to know you. They have to come together and form a theatrical troupe. So
Exactly.
there's a lot of getting to know you activities, and we've participated in some where, I don't know, we did some strange things, but you would not think they're strange.
Oh,
I was
I've played those
whatever.
theater games
Yeah.
before. I know those
fun.
theater games. Exactly.
So-
I always hope human resources isn't around when I'm playing those theater
Is he
games.
playing a game, or is he a little
Yes, that's
strange?
true. Yeah, absolutely.
But what you'll see is that you'll see the kids actually gravitate after a couple of days to a role that might surprise them. They may come in thinking that they want the lead role, but as they get to know the other people that they're working with and the other students, they may find that they fit better in this role. So it was very interesting to see how they choose what they were going to do, and they find that they might be fitted for stage managing or stretch what they want to do into something different.
Well, having done this before, the director, the gentleman's, what's the gentleman's name?
His name is Matthew Reeder.
Matthew. He needs these activities to spot out
Exactly.
where his strengths
Yes.
are and who are going to be his leaders.
Yep.
And I would imagine that sometimes, I have found in the past, that some of those games and those activities actually generate the creative ideas behind the creation of that stuff, since they're not going from a script.
That's right.
Some of those activities are the sort of germinate for a while before they actually end up on the stage. So it's a great way to, covers lots of goals.
And you have no idea where the plot's going to go. And last year, the plot was actually about the struggle that middle school students have with forming their own identity and becoming their own person. And it was very, very relatable to all the other middle schoolers. So we're really going to encourage this year, after we've been through it one time now we know even more things what we want to do, but really reach out to the community to let them know that that final performance is just going to be a great thing for other people in the community and other students to come and see.
So let's get that contact before we move back to some other educational stuff. What is the contact for this particular workshop? Here we go. July 7th through 25. The final performance is July 26th. Registration information is at fwembassytheater.com. That's fwembassytheater.
It is .org.
.org.
So,
Excuse
sorry
me.
about that.
fwembassy.org. All right. SCORE, it's called. Does that stand for anything? Or
No.
is it just a great title?
It's a great
Just
title.
a great word
Because
to
it is
use.
a great title.
Well, it's
crazy
another word
great
that
title.
identifies with middle school students really well, though, when you think about it. So.
Yeah, terrific. And so there's still about 12 spots available.
Yes.
People can, well, I would really encourage them to participate.
The other thing we did last year was incorporate some of those students into some of our other events that we have at the embassy. You know, we do the Downtown Fright Night, and we do the tunnel tours, and so the kids helped with the crowds on Fright Night. We incorporated some of them to help with Festival of Trees, and then they're great. They're great with people. They've learned a lot. They're very comfortable at the Embassy Theater, so we were able to incorporate them into some other areas.
What a great idea
Yeah.
to
Try to
keep that relationship going on all year
Yes,
long.
they have
Let
a
'em-
Facebook page for them,
Yeah.
and they stayed in contact with each other, and they all really bonded. It was very heartwarming to hear. I mean, at the end of their program, they did a talk back and got to share their experiences and have the people in the audience ask them questions, and you know, it was really very...
Some of those added benefits that you didn't know you were going to have when you started the program that you ended up having. So
I know.
We also do a program in the summertime right in the middle of all of that because we're not busy enough. But it coincides with the Three Rivers Festival called Behind the Screen. And that's where the children can come into the embassy, and we show actually, you know, the stage workers putting the screen onto the stage, and we show a black and white movie, and we have an organist come in and play the grand page organ. And
they get popcorn and a drink, and so they can have that full experience.
And then they go through the embassy, and we do building-related activities with them. We let them do a rubbing of the floor tiles. We let them make their own marquee, different things like that. So it's a wonderful event during the Three Rivers Festival. It's also part of our education program.
So I'd imagine that first class of score is really just kind of, it's like threw a rock in the water, and they're bringing their friends, and they're bringing, because I'll bet when you put out a call for embassy participation for the Festival of Trees, I bet you they respond just like that,
and
because they want to participate.
They do.
They really do enjoy it.
Some of them really care about the elf costumes. So.
They want to get it right. Exactly. They want to get those windows right as well.
That's right.
And they're really good at taking a direction.
Yeah.
Because they learned from a professional director how to focus and how to stay in character and how to do the job at hand.
We've got a very brief time left. You've got 2 shows this weekend. Let's get that information out.
Sure.
Sunday night?
Sunday night is Bill Cosby.
So funny.
So funny.
And pretty sold out, but there are a few seats available. And
They actually, if you go to our Facebook page, you can actually register for a pair of tickets. We'll give those away tomorrow morning. And then on Monday, it's Broadway at the Embassy with Beauty and the Beast.
Great show.
Oh, yeah.
And ticket information is 1-800-745-3000. 1-800-745-3000 or Ticketmaster.com.
Yes.
You can buy tickets for those shows.
And we'd like to say that we really encourage everyone to buy off of a Ticketmaster site, an official Ticketmaster site, or their resale site. Please don't use any of these other sites because it may not correspond to seats at the embassy. For instance, you can buy lawn seats at the embassy. We don't have a lawn.
Okay, I know you
There's
don't.
no lawn at the embassy.
Ladies, thank you for joining me. It's
Thank
always
you.
great to have you on, Kelly.
Appreciate it
Barb,
very
I look
much.
forward to many other times at the table on Arts Weekly
I
with
can't
you.
wait. Thank you so much.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Please tune in next time on Arts Weekly when we'll visit with Robert Schrader from the IPFW Department of Fine Arts and Jim Gabbard from the IPFW Department of Visual Communication and Design as they tell us all about their senior BFA exhibition that opens in April. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to tune in here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thanks for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.